I can work daily towards accomplishing a goal that I think is impossible at first. And I really love when I come across something that I know I can do, but it seems like kind of a crazy, impossible idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was 2013, and I was probably 200 pounds, about to be put on Lipitor, overweight, overstressed for my job.
Yeah.
And
not in a good place.
I couldn't run past 1 mile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I read that book and it stuck with me, and then when I ended up changing my diet, I lost 50 pounds.
Wow.
And all of a sudden had this like newfound energy.
Mm-hmm.
And in the back of my mind I had that Dean Karnassus book. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It seems really illogical to be like, okay, let's go from 0 to ultra, but I mean that's legitimately kind of what I did.
Oh, right. So there were no step-ups like the 10K, half marathon?
I botched a half marathon.
Yeah.
It ran in 3 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Almost broke my knee. Had to take a month off. Retweaked my diet. Mm-hmm. Ran a really slow marathon. And then just went for a 50K the next month and a 50-miler the next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just jumped in the deep end and decided to... I had to learn how to swim.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was putting my life in perfect balance. So.
Yeah. And so what sort of things did you change? Like what was wrong with your diet to get you to that point of being overweight, needing medication and things like that?
I think the main thing was realizing, gluten was impacting me hugely. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I just had eaten so much pizza in college and I'm not even kidding.
That much pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. But yeah, removing gluten and sugar from my diet. Mm-hmm. But the real tweak that I did was go more paleo. So when I lost all my weight, I was doing a juice-only cleanse diet that I took to the extreme and did it for 30 or 40 days.
What, juice only? 30 days?
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Cross had a movie on Netflix that I just happened to see that my dad had a heart attack. It was kind of like the perfect, series of events to really launch. I had to do something because I knew I was headed down that path. Yeah. But yeah, going more paleo and controlling inflammation, so slowing the juice only intake. Mm-hmm. But I think running, at least those first 2 years, was just as much about what I ate than actually what I was training. Mm-hmm. So lost the weight, and then it was mid-September 2015 in the basement. Went for my first treadmill run and ran past 1 mile, ran 4 miles, and I still remember tears dropping down on the treadmill. It was weird. I couldn't believe I was running.
Yeah. And that was only 3 years ago, and here you are, a CCC finisher. So
it's pretty crazy.
It is, yeah. So when people say to you they don't run, they can't run, that's, you're kind of like, well...
I was in their same shoes, yeah. And honestly, the thing that I thought that I had wrong was, okay, so if I do some exercise, I can lose weight. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's the case at all. I think weight loss starts with the foods you're selecting, at least the quantities, but also the quality of the food you're eating. And once I had a reasonable weight level, my shin splints went away, so I could run past a mile. Yeah. My second run was 10 miles. My third run was probably something stupid like 13 miles. Ultra running's always been about testing just my personal limits, seeing how far I can run. Yeah. It's never been about qualifying for Boston, right? Speed-related things. Yeah. Although I'm trying to speed up, just less
hours out, suffering.
Yeah, it does make a difference. Yeah. I know. I hear what you're saying, because we were just watching the UTMB finishes, and they've been out there for going on
44 hours.
Yeah. And we were saying the winners have been home, they've had dinner, they've had a shower, bed, breakfast, and these guys are still out there. So the sooner you can get it done, the quicker you can get back to recovery and moving forward. But
Xavier almost finished a day ahead of these people, which is
crazy.
I respect both equally, which is weird, but
I know, seeing the faces of those people that were finishing before, the emotion that they're going through, they've really had to dig deep, haven't they, to finish that race. Just inspiring.
That's what I respect most, is not giving up, regardless of how fast you are.
Yeah.
So you don't give up. I mean, I know the front of the pack push themselves and hurt.
Yeah.
But I respect, I don't know, I found a lot of the elites and, some of the people I look up to, their worst races that they finish, I respect them equally as if they had won Western States or UTMB.
Yeah. No, I'm with you with that. It shows a lot of guts and determination, and a lot of, they have to be a lot more humble then as well, because there is so much pressure on them and people looking up to them. So if they're not on the podium, that's a bit of pill to swallow, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly.
It takes a lot. Yeah. Fantastic. And so, we were talking about before that you've got people that are contacting you, because you've got an amazing podcast as well. So Training for Ultra podcast.
Thank you.
And how long have you been running that for now? Has that been going?
Almost a year exactly.
Yeah.
A year and maybe a month.
Yeah. And what made you start that up?
It was just another platform to inspire people.
Mm-hmm.
So I started this just on Instagram. If anything, it was for me to just get out there, hold myself accountable, and take one photo of my training run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I called it Training for Ultra. I was working towards getting to that mind frame of running, but then over time people started really responding to it and saying that I was inspiring them to get out, which was totally unexpected. And I've been inspired by so many people through so many different platforms, and I feel like I need to give back, because their inspiration's gotten me out to Chamonix in 3 years. So the least I can do is give them a weekly inspiration.
It's fantastic. And it's lovely, isn't it, to get those messages of inspiration and that you're helping people.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. And from around the world.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Great. And so about Chamonix then, I think you come out for UTMB possibly if you do that, but any other plans to come out, any other races? I mean, there's loads of races in the Alps, or come out for some training, or was this,
I definitely want to come back here and do another few races. I think lifetime goal would be to do all the UTMB races.
Oh yeah.
Be able to check all those off and experience all those different distances and tests, but also come back and become more of a part of the community here.
Yeah.
Because I really fundamentally realized when I was out on the trail, seeing whether I was passing people or they were passing me, they each had their flag on their back. Mm-hmm. And I realized, wow, trail running is bringing the world together here. This is really special. Yeah. It's really amazing.
It's really multicultural, isn't it? It's just, forget how many nationalities they said. I'll have to look that up. But it was a phenomenal amount of how many countries are here represented. So
I have the strangest memories of I know generally this woman from Japan was going down this section here, and it was cool. And but I'm looking at some races in Italy potentially. They're on the radar, and again, it's just traveling, working full time, 2 kids, and I need to make sure I'm a good dad and good husband.
Good family time,
so it's a balance, like everything. Extreme balance.
Yes. And is there anything coming up next for you? Have you got any races coming up in the future? Or
Yeah, I got into Georgia Death Race in Atlanta,
heard
Georgia,
about that one.
which is kind of a notorious, I think, run bum runs it, and it is a Western States qualifier, so I have that in case I don't get the lottery, which is highly unlikely anyways.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do Western States. And let's see, Black Canyon, 100K is on the radar. I've signed up for it.
Yeah.
It's almost one that I want to do annually, just as a good early tune-up.
Okay. Early in the year then, is it?
Yeah. And I really wanted to do a Hard Rock qualifier for the end of this year, but in terms of family obligations, I have some weddings and whatnot, and it's just not going to work. But I think it's also, looking at, I've towed 20 ultra start lines in 3 years, and I'm learning okay, if I want to speed things up, I have to reduce the race count. So the more I push myself and can actually run and actually try to push harder, I need to reduce the tax on my body, so that I don't have any kind of running ending injuries or adrenal fatigue. My guess is you could actually hurt yourself in the middle to back of the pack just by over racing.
Yeah.
So I'm being safe there, and it works really well with my family. So,
yeah. Well, it's you hear a lot about, particularly from the elites, people get into that overtraining syndrome, and they have to take a year out. But
or they're never the same.
Yeah,
which is scary. Yeah.
But even middle of the pack, you're still pushing at your hardest. It may not be enough to be a podium winner, but you're still putting your body under so much immense stress that you need to have that time out as well. And
so
balance.
It'll be nice to have a few months of just training and preparing for 2 early 100Ks, and we'll see. I might do Leadman in 2019. I haven't officially decided, but that's in Leadville, marathon, 50-mile bike or run, along with the 100-mile bike and 100-mile run.
And isn't there a 10K run the day after the 100-mile bike as well?
There's a 10K in there too. They don't want to make it easy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that would be a massive accomplishment, that one.
Ken is a sick man.
Yeah. Yes, I've witnessed that firsthand. I definitely know that. Oh, that'd be fantastic. So, good luck to you with those ones.
Thank you.
So before we call it a day, just got 5 quick-fire questions for you as well. So, your fave running inspiration?
It goes back to reading Ultramarathon Man, Dean Karnassus, and he had one sentence in there, and within there was the phrase perceived limitations, and I was like, it took me several years to realize, okay, my limits are only a perception, so if I change my perception, I can really test what I'm physically capable of.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of the key that unlocked ultra running for me, was realizing I'm only limited by what's inside my head.
Yeah, it is. It's 99% in the head, isn't it? So,
it is, yeah.
Dean, he's responsible for a lot, that man, isn't he? What's your favourite running book then? Probably just answered that.
Yeah, that.
Definitely, Dean?
Yeah, definitely that. I'm trying to recall. Born to Run actually taught me one single thing, and that's proper foot strike.
Yeah.
I read the whole book, and there's a lot on Leadville and everything else, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But my weirdest takeaway was listening to the audiobook on going to a training run at Mohican in Ohio. This was maybe a year and a half into running, and I think they were talking about how the rabbit was running. I don't remember the exact specifics, but I literally that day changed my foot strike, and it changed everything. So going to a mid strike, even forefoot
from heel.
Yeah.
I wasn't rolling my ankles on the trail.